Hey all, how are you now? Lad from the woods here with Long Live Rock. And welcome back to Long Live Rock if you've been here before, and welcome if you're new. Anyway, I got a new band that I know nothing about. They showed up on my list last week on Spotify. They're called the Hanging Stars, and the song is called Heavy Blue. And I guess their new album's called Under the Apple Tree. Now, originally I was just going to do the one where, it's the official video and there's no video, it's just a song. But luckily for us, and I really like when they do these things in these little van things or, little studios that they do, because that shows the band actually playing together. So that tells me there isn't studio trickery with a lot of today's artists. Like a lot of what you see is really fake. Hey, great that what's her name got free from her father, but if you ever hear her voice outside of auto tuning, she ain't got no voice. Britney Spears. And there's a lot of them like that, and that's fine. Hey, if you guys, you want fake pudding, you eat fake pudding, right? Or fake pie, I don't know. But if you want the real deal, well, then you got to come to rock and roll and bands like this. So, anyways, to each their own, but we're rockers, so we want our people to actually sing, play, and write their own music, and I even prefer them to produce their own music if they're capable. Sheepdog's Ewan Curry is a great producer. I don't like when he brings somebody in because I like what he puts to the sound because he knows what the Sheepdog should sound like. Anyway, let's listen to this young band because they're really quite good. By the way, it's Friday, October 15th, and it's beautiful weather here. I might even have to put the AC on. It's warm even for 8:30 at night for October, eh? All right, let's shut me up and let them sing for us. Long live rock.
10,000 miles from home, I stumble through the door. I kinda want you on my own, like a melted ice cream cone. Hang on a minute now, I'm spinning and I'm stoned. Don't worry, darling, one, I'll show you kingdom come. Heavy blue, you shot me down too soon. Heavy blue was the gun you used. Heavy blue was your kiss so cruel. Heavy blue. One more for the road, she said, as she dug around for cash. I got a feeling now that we can make it last. Well, I've been knocking on your brand new white front door. One key's enough for me, just mind the kitchen floor. Heavy blue, you shot me down too soon. Heavy blue.
That doesn't get more 60s, early 70s than you ever could. I think this song is, yeah, I was going to say, this, I believe this is an old Grateful Dead tune, is it not? Some of you will be really surprised that I don't know as much about Grateful Dead as you think. I do know a lot of their big songs like everybody else, but yeah, I think this is a Grateful Dead tune. Somebody correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But anyway, the whole point is, you know, they've got the sound. They've got it perfect. I mean, there isn't, this is natural sound coming out of them. And amazing for such a little small place. What I got to ask, though, these people that do these little things, why don't you make the space just a tad bigger so the band isn't sitting? I realize it's supposed to be intimate, but that's a little too intimate, don't you think, guys? Even at a coffee house, they got more room than that. Just you know, a little bit of constructive criticism there. I don't know how the band feels about it. Ask them, I suppose. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not looking to have a Keith Moon kid in there, you know, and 50,000 drums. But, you know, it'd be nice if they had a little more room to breathe. Anyways, whatever works, right, as long as we get the music. So there you go, folks. The Hanging Stars. We're going to be hearing a lot more from them because I really like their sound. That's definitely, you know, Dylan-esque, the whole thing from that time. And, well, we didn't call it separate music. We just called it rock and roll. So there's some songs I'm going to play you that are like you'd think, oh, that's pretty modern. But if you listen to it and then go back and listen to some 50s music, it's exactly the same. It's just modern sound. It's not tinny or, you know, like very compressed like back in those days. Because, I mean, of course, recording back in them days was not as good as it is now. But, yeah, I'm going to surprise you because I was listening to, when I was grocery shopping yesterday, I was listening to my tunes on Spotify and I'm going, holy fuck, does that ever sound 50s if you just take the modern sound away from it? Anyways, I don't mean the music sound, I mean the actual quality. So, anyways, thanks for coming. I hope you enjoyed the Hanging Stars. I know I really am, like just on this one cover song that they've done. I mean, you know, you can cover stuff, but it don't necessarily mean you're covering it right, but they've covered this one right. Sounds right to my ear and it feels right. Anyways, like I said, thanks for coming. If you want to help me or my channels out, there's links down in the description. And for my other links to my other channels and stuff, that's all at the end of this video on cards and everything. So listen, everybody, be good. It's a weekend. It's warm here in Eastern Ontario, but it's going to be raining, unfortunately, due to that hurricane, as I said. But so we'll just do music then, one way or another. I'll have to put my my little pot back there because the roof drips in that one spot. We've never been able to figure out where it's coming from, but eventually there's a tear out going to happen here. So anyways, what I can afford it. Holy fuck, man, prices, everything's going up. All right, folks, have a good weekend, and we'll see you some more in these tunes. And I'm really loving doing this, and I'm really loving your comments. And bring me music. If you guys have stumbled on something, we need to share it with all kinds of people, okay? Because that's the only way these bands get to keep going and we get to keep hearing good new music. You know, the music industry abandoned rock and roll. That doesn't mean the fans have. And just like the old days, we got to get to the young kids and get them raised right on the good music, just like I was. You know, stuff like that. Of course, you out there that are the younger boomers were raised on good rock and roll. You raise them on good rock and roll, this is what you'll produce. Look at Greta Van Fleet. Michigan. Michigan's the home of some of the greatest rock and roll. I've always said the Hall of Fame should have been there and not Cleveland. No dice on Cleveland. It's just Detroit. That's where it needs to be. Detroit. Okay? I mean, we could sit here and talk about everything that's gone on in Detroit since rock and roll started, and I'll tell you, there's no city, even New York doesn't come close to what Detroit was about and what they did before everybody else. Anyways, bragging about Detroit, imagine that in this day and age. Anyways, we'll see you later. On to the next song. Long live rock. I sound like Vince McMahon. Mr. McMahon. I'm an AEW guy now. I love that fucking new wrestling.